Hello, I'm with Francesca, and I had the pleasure of meeting Francesca at a Rotary meeting, giving a talk about being a Holocaust survivor. So perhaps, Francesca, if we could start with you describing a bit of what happened and your background.
Well, it happened in 1939 when the Germans invaded Poland. And I remember we had to stay in a line for food, and especially when they found out I was Jewish, once we get close to the counters, they said, sorry, we don't have any more food. And this was actually repeated day after day after day. And I remember when they gathered us, and we had to go to Ghetto, which is a suburb of Krakow by name Podgórz. And people in Ghetto used to be assigned to apartments. We had to leave our home and go to those apartments. But the apartments were not just per family. They used to put 3, 4, or even 5 families in maybe 2-bedroom apartments. Our privacy was made with the sheets between each family. Um, Slowly and systematically, they took everything away from us. And the young people that could go to work were transferred eventually to concentration camps. In the meantime, they used to come into ghettos and gather people into big trucks, take them to hard labor. Some of them we never seen again. Some of them came, and the same thing was repeated again and again. From the camp that I was in Płaszów, which I work in a paper factory, I remember being hungry and standing on a very high machine and feeding the machine with a paper that made lines, and you had to be very quick to do that. Sometimes I used to fall asleep because I was on a night shift, and the women and people around me used to say, go and lie down, we will take over for you. Somehow I always knew I will live, and the people used to give me extra ration. I guess I was the youngest among the people. From Płaszów, I went to Auschwitz. In Auschwitz, I received a tattoo on my left arm, which I bear the number A26,284. I was told that the number was given previously to somebody else. Being in Auschwitz, first going into Auschwitz, I have to go back and remember, and going through the segregations, I was called by one of the officers and asked them what is my name. My name was Unmöglich, which means in German always lucky. He asked me if I'm always lucky, and I said in German, I hope so. He sent me to the right, which meant life. And this is, I guess, one of the miracles for me to survive. I survived the first segregation, but I also received the number, the tattoo that I spoke of before. They issue me a stripe uniform which consists of jacket and a skirt and a pair of wooden shoes. They held us always in a big area, and the panic was constant with the tremendous dogs. happened to be out of the line, just couple inches out, they used to seek the dogs on you, or they used to whip you. There was a hard labor in Auschwitz, as well as in all the camps. In Auschwitz, I was assigned to segregate clothes after the people that came from Budapest, Hungary, from France, Romania, and all over Europe. They brought their best clothes and the only thing that they could put in a suitcase and carry. I used to segregate this with others, and all the goods, to my knowledge, went to Germany. I went to other camp, which I don't recall the name of it. I went to Bergen-Belsen where Anne Frank died. I went through segregation again. From Bergen-Belsen, I went to Mauthausen. I was liberated by the Americans, and I live now in Carlsbad, California.
Thank you for that. What do you think, when you think of Germans today, what do you think about Germans?
I have nothing against the German people. It was the SS that were the ones, they were so terrible. It's just, unfortunately, the reputation follows them throughout the world and through all the years, but the new generation of German, they try to make connections with the Jewish people especially. Some of them, I understand, in Germany convert to Judaism. Some of them even become rabbis. They are very ashamed what their fathers or grandfathers did, or that they follow. Many Germans try to assassinate Hitler. What I think of Germans today is, like I said, the young people are not in fault what happened.
Mm. What do you think could prevent any Holocaust happening to any ethnic or cultural group? What would be your advice, given your own experience and wisdom over the years?
I really cannot say if we knew we could prevent it, what happened. It's a $66,000 question.
Yeah.
I really don't know. I am not that wise, perhaps, to foresee. We need unity, that's for sure, and love among us. Equality, which perhaps we might achieve in the next generations, more understanding of each other. But then I wonder, because even a insect's fight, is it unusual for people to fight? There is many questions in this world, honey.
How do you, in your own life, sort of overcome any sort of fear of another? You know, how do you see other people from different ethnic groups?
I think that, as a rule, every ethnic groups like to be among each other. They feel comfortable, and no wonder they want to practice their heritage. Not that by mingling they couldn't do it. That's why the United States is so great, because we have so many different ethnic groups. Israel, for instance, has something like 120 different ethnic groups living among them, and they live in harmony. I really don't know what the answer is.
What would you, just as a last question, really directed at young people who see a lot of violence on television these days? They see those that are included and those that are excluded, who are the in-group or the out-group. And they also are experiencing more and more bullying at schools where, you know, groups of kids are picking on other kids. Given that you've been in a situation where a group has been picked on by another group, what advice would you give children who are involved in bullying others or being bullied?
Well, love is the answer, definitely. Love each other. Tolerate each other. Personally, I feel a child that bullies, he's bullied at home or mistreated. Still, in today's world, we have to sort of spread our elbows a little bit, but this is not the answer, really. The answer is understanding.
That's
and love.
a wonderful thought to end on. Thank you so much for your time. Actually, there'll just be one extra question because it's just come into my mind. I remembered at the talk you gave, you talked about angels. I just wanted you, if you're happy to talk a little bit about your belief in angels.
Well, I believe that I had an angel all along in concentration camp. Through the years, I always believed I will live. And yes, I do believe in angels.
So we're not alone, are we?
No, everyone has an angel.
Everyone.
Yes.
Thank you so much. That's
You're
lovely.
welcome.
Thank you.